Boys and girls, hopefully this reminds you of a previous lesson where we learned how to draw one-point perspective drawing. Now, you created your own perspective drawing and created a cityscape. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to introduce you to the artist Klee, and we're going to make an abstract cityscape. So we're kind of hooking it on, but we're going to do it as an abstract piece of art this time. So these are a couple of my examples. You're going to see the PowerPoint presentation, so you're going to see examples of Klee's work as well. So then it will give you an idea of how you're going to create your own abstract cityscape. So what you're going to get, a piece of construction paper, and you get to choose what colour you want as your support. You are then going to get samples of tissue paper, watered down Elmer's glue, and initially what you're going to do is you're going to take the tissue paper. You can cut it if you wish to make it in different sizes. I've already cut them up for you, but you can change the sizes if you wish. Now, we're going to use these fan paintbrushes today, so we get these nice light glazes of glue. Now, we've done glue exercises before with tissue paper. This paintbrush is very delicate with this process. So you brush glue on lightly and then go over it again lightly. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm actually layering and overlapping my cityscape. If you wish, you can get the shapes and lay them out first so that you know exactly what you want, the way you want your composition to work. Overlapping and varying the placement of tissue will create a feeling of space and depth, which is what we've been talking about with perspective in our previous lesson. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to continue that until my whole page. I'm going to go for a different shape now. I'm going to do this. Make sure that you've got them, that they're vertically upright, or as close as. Okay. I'm going to go for a taller one. And again, I'm overlapping. And I'm brushing my glue over the surface very gently. Okay. Now, I've got my cityscape already starting. Now, that shouldn't take too long for it to actually dry. But what we're going to do then is you're all going to be provided with these squeeze bottles that have poster or tempera paint in them. And they've got very, very small nozzles. Please, before you actually do it on your artwork, is actually test it on a piece of scrap paper so that you've got the consistency. I don't want you just to put the nozzle straight down and then make an error. Okay, so I'm going to just show you on this plate here, because I had this. I'm just going to see how when I first started I got a great big blob. But now what you're going to do is that you're going to draw around your cityscape. Okay, and you're going to continue this. So you actually highlight the shapes of the buildings. And what it also does as well, when it actually dries, it creates this raised surface, so you're actually creating some texture as well. So try not to use the same colour beside each other. Okay, and when you've got all the buildings outlined and you're happy with how you've done it, I want you to create architectural features. So you can draw squares. Okay. Or you could do dots if they've got multitudes of windows. And really what you're doing is it's abstract rather than focusing on complete realism. It's actually providing an image It's depicting the subject matter, which is the city that we're doing. That's our subject matter. But it's simplified, or it's in a symbolic form. And what we're doing is we're actually making it into a simplified form. Okay, and you would continue to do that until you've got the whole cityscape complete. So you would have lots of different layers of architectural buildings, tall and short. And then with your tubes, your little squeeze bottles, I want you then to finish off by doing windows. I'd like you to add an additional feature, with a sun or a moon, fill in the area behind it, so that we're not making that paper just sit behind, not working for us either. Okay, you can even draw around like that. Okay, boys and girls. So I'm just going to set that to the side. This is only fractionally done, but you can see by the examples here how we're going to make ourselves an abstract cityscape in honour of Paul Klee. Now let's go make some art, boys and girls.